Oh gosh, I really hope no one reviews this movie before this video comes out. That would be so embarrassing. Let the video begin. It's a medium, not a genre. It's not part-time, it's a lifetime. Hey guys, how are you doing? Are you ready for an adventure? This is one you might have never heard of before. It's time to reveal the animated movie, Spycies. The 2019 spy movie made as a collaboration between China and France. The film is directed by Guillermo and Ji Zhang, with Guillermo being French and Zhang being Chinese. It first premiered at the Annecy International Animated Film Festival in France on June 14, 2019, and at the Shanghai International Film Festival on June 7, 2019, and eventually got released theatrically in China on January 11, 2020. Despite being positively received in China, even being the 7th highest grossing animated movie in China, whatever that means, it was poorly received internationally, getting a 43% on Rotten Tomatoes at the time of this video, and making back $6 million on a $20 million budget. Doesn't it deserve such treatment? Hopefully after reviewing this movie, finding this out won't be impossible. Let's get to it. So the story starts with a few futuristic vehicles on some bridge. We learn that this relates to a special package that needs to be received. And the package receiver and enemy deceiver is this cool chartreuse cat right here, who happens to be the main character. All is sort of confident, ready for the task. But suddenly, a group of baddies steal the package and ride off while the cat gets chased. After some chasing, the leopard gets arrested and the package secured, along with our hero providing his name, Vladimir. Then we get our title, which I might as well mention is stupid. Spycies? More like let's spice things up by moving to the next scene, please. We have establishing shot on this really large building which Vladimir resides in. The film shows us more of Vladimir's traits. Self-reliant, cocky, and even kind of a mean guy. This one guy who is just over here just trying to show him some useful equipment. So Vladimir gets called into the room of this elephant named Kotar, who is supposed to be the big leader of this area. Kotar tells Vladimir that he is too reckless and self-centered and needs to be moved to a job watching a tower with an apparently very skilled partner. Vladimir says, "No way," but Kotar doesn't want to hear it. So the cat gets to the tower and is greeted by an unkept room with trash and food everywhere. Then we find his partner, Hector, a rat that Vladimir easily towers over it. Hector is really fond of Vladimir on first glance, while Vladimir is having none of it. The cat is miserable, having to spend multiple days into this low-class individual, and as brushed aside when a mysterious group of invaders infiltrate the tower. While this happens, Vladimir insults Hector's favorite romantic show, leading to Hector fighting back. One thing I like about Hector's character, I might as well say now, is that while enjoying Vladimir's company, he is still able to feel cold towards him. Anyway, they notice the issue and get down to stop the intruder. This leads to an action scene that involves drones and shows us Hector's strength with technology. However, the 3 invaders manage to escape with these capsules, leaving Vladimir and Hector left blaming each other. They get called into the elephant leader's room to get chastised, until Vladimir shows him a piece of the evidence that the invaders dropped before they got away. It directs them to a hospital, which makes Kotar go out of the cat and rat to retrieve the capsule from the place. So Vladimir disguises himself as a nurse and Hector as a patient, and also manages to see Mia the bee, one of the stars from Hector's show, without the rat noticing. To their surprise, a news report reveals that someone or something froze a nearby rhino with some powerful freeze-ray. Vladimir and Hector soon get split up, leading to the cat finding the rhino's body being carried away. When he catches up to it, he meets one of the nurses, a rat named Chloe. It's basically a love at first sight on Vladimir's side. Also, around this time, we meet a ferret named Malik and his snake companion, Jim, who are arguably relevant characters later.
Oh no, the rhino needs to be taken to the medical room quickly or else he will pass. It is too far away.
So, Vladimir uses his big brain to utilize a fire extinguisher to rocket them over to the room. We then have to get through this procedure to get the rhino out of the room alive. Meanwhile, the weasel and snake are trying to fix a futuristic vending machine, leading to a bunch of loony antics, which actually does save the rhino when it is fixed due to the electricity being connected to it. So the rhino will be able to survive after some more laying down, and his daughter, who is alongside Chloe, is super happy. Unfortunately for Jim, he gets stuck in the vending machine and some coffee from the coffee dispenser part of it gets into his mouth, turning him into a huge dragon with fiery breath. Here's the image. Jim is out of control, and Malik finds Vladimir and Chloe, who are trying to flirt with each other, so they can help him stop the dragon. This leads to an admittedly fun chase sequence that ends in Jim getting tired and running back to his own snake's health. Afterwards, Vladimir and Chloe try to chit-chat again, but they get interrupted again by Hector finding Vladimir again. By the way, since splitting up, Hector has constantly been getting knocked out and woken up in different ways before coming back. It's not even that relevant to the story, it just happens. Anyway, they bicker some more before coming across Mia more, who turns out to be a spy as well. This is so fun. It's like they're a bunch of Spycies. So the three of them find people trying to move the rhino somewhere suspicious. It leads them to an elevator. This elevator turns out to have a secret floor, which leads to some sort of huge, ruined area. So different in appearance compared to the rest of the hospital, and it looks like the three of them teleport here. They follow the guy taking the rhino, leading to Hector finding a VHS tape. The three spies eventually get attacked by the guy who froze the rhino, and this leads to a cool, futuristic machinery fight between Vladimir and the guy. Hector and Mia just get stuck with the escort mission. The mysterious guy manages to escape, but Vladimir collected some brown fur from them before they left, along with learning that the suit is powered by the capsules from earlier in the film. Meta. This makes the three of them assume that the bear doctor is the man behind the froster. Oh, and they are also finding that they are retrieving the cat. And next up, you know what? I think I'm gonna stop this right here. This movie is too convoluted. It's pretty messy to say the least. So it's just like suffice to say, the good guys win and stuff in the end, but along the way, there just feels like there was so much stuff that has been like dropped and just comes back later on. The main example I can think of with this is Vladimir and Hector's friendship. There are some moments where it's clear that they're like, that it's supposed to feel like a big, like one of the most important parts of the movie, but Then there's like an area where it just doesn't feel like much of a focus anymore. And like, and around the end, when Vladimir like comes to this realization, like, I am fighting for my friends. And Hector looks at him like, yeah man, we fight together. I'm like, what was the other gap? What was happening when I was watching it? What was happening what was happening in the scenes which I apparently did not see? I see. I do appreciate this movie for aiming for a bit of a darker topic for a kids movie, but unfortunately, it just covered in all these different things which are pretty hard to miss. So, spoilers, but Kotar the elephant was the villain. He was the one controlling the suit, and he was intentionally trying to make Doc take the blame because he apparently killed his family and the rest of his kind. They were managed, long story, and apparently this one of the most significant members of his family was the sister of his, and of course we would assume that his sister was gone now because in the film it shows that he's the only one who survived. But it turns out Doc had his sister. He just shows up right here, and we don't get any, as far as I know, any foreshadowing for this happening. She just comes out of nowhere at the perfect time before everyone possibly before no one can stop him. Unfortunately, I really do think the most detrimental part of the film is the plot. It's just so it can just get confusing around the end, and it makes it feel like what the adventure that's been gone on hasn't really been super rewarding, and that's a shame. I think we do have, of course, better things, as I implied. Even though I wouldn't say it's groundbreaking, these characters in this movie can be pretty fun to watch. Vladimir is a pretty good main character. His escapades with learning how to not be so selfish can lead to some fun moments in the movie. Some amusing interactions, especially with Hector. And Hector can be pretty fun. I guess he can possibly be a little annoying at some points, but I'm not. It's a bit hard to annoy me. So, with mine, there's also Kotar. I don't think Kotar is a super great villain, but at least he has a backstory which feels a little. Thinking of the word. A little bit more different than the other ones, at least in my opinion. And we also have the dog. He's there. The actors like the meerkat, the snake, and maybe even the bunny could have been taken out of the movie. They don't really serve that big they're not that big of a deal in the narrative of the movie, and the romantic elements are not played up enough in order for it to really be too big of a problem if it isn't there. But besides that, I wouldn't really say that the characters or any real detriment to this movie. They're perfectly fine, and in some cases can be pretty fun to watch. And speaking of watching, personally, I think the visuals in this movie are the best thing about it. There's a lot of different types of lighting. The textures, well, not like Pixar here, are pretty appealing and can be pretty good at conveying the different skins and the different furs and stuff. And also the the movie also has some pretty great character designs, with Vladimir standing out Hector as well. I guess the bee ladies one is fine. Some look a little generic, but a majority of them do feel pretty special to this world. Sometimes, particularly in the final fight scene, there are points where the shading can look kind of plastic. It makes everything look like it's made of like plastic as well. The actual animation as well can be pretty fun to watch. There's a lot of squash and stretch. The action can be pretty varied, and like a lot of the characters are pretty emotive when it comes to their movements. Not like Hotel Transylvania levels, but what can I say? The movie is pretty great when it comes to the visuals. It was actually this movie actually has quite a bit of people from like big studios, like one of my goals for covering the movie was to be able to talk to one of the people who worked on the film, namely one of the animators or art directors. And luckily I got to talk to a member of the storyboard artists, specifically the storyboard artist, Ivan Gomez Montero, and we managed to talk on LinkedIn, and he gave me a lot of really good information that I'm going to share below. I'm really glad I got to talk to him, because I don't know if this information was, at least a decent amount of it was found anywhere else online. So yeah, if you're watching this, Ivan, you're really cool, and I hope you do well on your future projects. While I don't think this movie is nearly as good as Zootopia or The Bad Guys when it comes to animal-centric movies, but this movie can still be quite a bit of fun. It has some pretty good animation. It also can have some fun characters and maybe even some funny jokes here and there. And I can imagine that like people can get past like issues that the plot has and can just focus on the whole like mystery, who is the guy letting all these rhinos deal. And yeah, so I hope that I brought this movie into your mind. You now know it exists. And I hope that you can maybe see it and maybe enjoy it as well. So I guess you're gonna see this artist later. I won't give up, no I won't give in, till I reach the end, and I'll start again. No, I won't leave, I wanna try everything, I wanna try even though I could fail. I won't give up, no I won't give in, till I reach the end, and I'll start again. I won't leave, I wanna try everything, I wanna try even though I could fail. Try everything.